Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello, and welcome back. I don't know where that came from, but
how's it going, everyone? This video is, I always say it's a bit delayed, but probably because once we watch the game, then we record the video. By the time it gets out, it's a few days later, but
we were celebrating for a few days.
Yes,
that's what we were doing.
We definitely were. That, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about the Gotham game, who is officially in the semifinals. Woo! If you watched our Insta story, you know that we were screaming.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's mostly me. I'm so sorry about that. But
this is actually going to come out on Thursday, which will be the same day that U.S. Women's National Team play Colombia in Utah. So they're going to be playing. This is going to come out the same day as the Women's National Team. So that'll be exciting to see the Women's National Team back in action. Hopefully they'll win. It will be exciting. So we'll be watching that tomorrow, probably when this video comes out. But we're going to start with Gotham versus Courage. And yeah, to say we're a little excited is a little bit of an understatement.
I can hear the smile in your voice.
I loved it because I was rooting for them so much. I mean, you know, obviously we're rooting for Gotham. I saw a comment on our last video, it says OL Reign versus Gotham final. We only could hope for that, which is exactly what you and I think.
That would be beautiful.
Be perfect. Have Ali and Pino, their very last games for the championship. One of them comes out victorious, hopefully Gotham. And that'll be their last games ever.
Yes, that would be beautiful. Let's make it happen.
Yes, it will be tough, but Gotham going in there. You know, first it was in North Carolina, so that's already kind of
disadvantage. I'd say.
They're not at home. But I was telling Sara the other day, Gotham, I don't have the stats in front of me. Gotham does really well with tough teams. When they go up against tough teams, they just
bring it.
Yes. I'm not always, but a lot of times. So I was, you know, we talked about it last time. We were feeling good about the game. Also, one thing that I don't think, you know, North Carolina was anticipating going into the playoffs, but Kerolin got hurt last game.
Yeah. And
she's officially out for a while. I believe she tore her ACL.
Yeah, she did.
And that is devastating.
I know, it sucks.
And I actually, you know, I think Brazil has already qualified for the Olympics next year, and she probably won't get back for the Olympics, which sucks.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough.
And it's just we saw her at the game, though. She was smiling. She was
supporting her team.
Yes. That alone, the odds for North Carolina went down. But going into the game, I mean, obviously we were rooting very much for Gotham. Ali Krieger, you know, just like I said for Pino, is this Ali Krieger's last game? It can't be Ali Krieger's last game. I keep in disbelief. It was a pretty back and forth match. I will say in the 13th minute and the 34th minute, there was two yellow cards for Gotham. So, you know, our favorite ref was not being shy with the yellow cards out there. Yeah. Katia.
Just giving them out like lollipops.
So, you know, that made me a little bit nervous. You know, I didn't feel like Gotham was really on the advantage. I didn't feel like Courage was really on the advantage. They were, you know, pretty toe-to-toe. In that first half, it was pretty back and forth. But in the 44th minute, I mean, some magic happened because Gotham scored right before half.
Yes. It was beautiful. So freaking beautiful.
Getting that goal, and if you see the way she knocked it in, it didn't even look like she was really shooting the ball. It almost looked like she was trying to pass to someone because she snuck it in there so in the corner, so past the goalie. Casey Murphy, you know, I don't even know if she was trying to shoot, but she scored in the 44th minute. And going in before half, one goal up is major.
Totes.
Major. But then just, I think a minute and a half later, Courage was very close to scoring. I forget what player it was, but just a minute and a half later, actually it was Tyler Lucy. She was very close to scoring. But that always happens. One team scores, 2 minutes later, the other team scores. That happens so often. There must be some science behind it.
Yes, revenge.
Yeah. Exactly. Going to half one up, that was major. And then 55th minute, Midge Purse came close. I mean, it was a pretty back and forth. Then in the 57th minute, Sara and I almost had a panic attack because we thought this was a goal. In the 57th minute, Tyler Lucy again shoots the ball. It hits the net. And to me, it looked like it was... I still can't figure out how that wasn't inside the net, the way it hit the net. But it was on the outside of the net.
Yeah.
It looked like when it bounced off the net, it looked like it was inside the net. But it was on the outside of the net.
Yeah. But then on the replay, you could see that it didn't obviously go in. But who knows? The balls are weird.
What did you think at that moment? I was thinking it was over. I was like, not over. But I thought they scored.
I pooped my pants a little bit.
Then in the 77th minute, Courage came close again. 83rd minute, Gotham came close. So it was good back and forth. You know, I think both teams played well. Obviously, without Kerolin, I think they could have maybe put a bigger challenge for Gotham, you know? Then, in the 90th plus 1 minute, Gotham sealed the deal. Yeah, Lynn Williams ball to Yasmin Ryan put it in the back of the net, and it was over. It was over.
And we were screaming, like, really loud. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was just like, I could believe it, but I couldn't believe it, you know?
Yeah.
It was just amazing. And I knew exactly at that moment what that meant. That we were going to the semis.
It was exciting, even though 2 minutes later, Courage came close again. So it really was like that, came close. Then there was a fake out whistle. Katya, if you're watching this, I know you're not. You had a fake out whistle. No. My favorite ref, Katya, had a fake out whistle because everyone thought that was the end of the game. Then I saw comments saying she didn't want people to celebrating too quickly, so she was blowing to stop celebrating.
She would. That's so like her.
I know.
I know her.
Like a minute later, it was over. Official. Gotham is going to the semifinals. We were pumped. We were screaming.
Yeah, doing a happy dance right now. You just can't see it.
I mean, Gotham did, I think, were the underdogs going in there, even without Kerolin, but they brought it, you know, Courage. There was great celebrations after the game. People were so pumped for Ali in particular. Juan Carlos said something like, "This is not Ali Krieger's last game." Yeah. That was cute. So it was not her last game. They were pumped. It means they're into the semifinals, which I think happened November 5th. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough battle, but the final needs to be OL Reign and Gotham. I'm sorry. It's in the stars. It's written in the stars. Also, not Ali Krieger's last game. You know, hopefully the semis aren't Ali Krieger's last game either. But Ali Krieger has really, from all this adversity recently, she's been really focused on, you know, playing well. She's actually a finalist for Defender of the Year, which I was happy to see. So pumped.
Go vote. I don't know when the...
Yeah, how do people vote on that?
I think so. They said you can vote.
So many people, you know, really rooting for Ali. And obviously, there is a lot going on with her. I guess the connection to this is Ali Krieger's, you know, win with Gotham. But, you know, we've talked a lot about this Ashlyn and Ali situation. And we've gotten so many comments. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to talk about this part right now. But so many people are just, like, emotionally invested because they've been with the ride so long for Ali and Ash. But somebody made a good point. I'm going to read this right here, and then we're going to kind of talk about it.
I love that all these NWSL players are Team Ali. I love Alex Morgan for her supportive comment on the Lemonade era post as well. Speculation or not, I can understand Sophia's friend defending her, but where are Ashlyn's friends backing her up? I mean, I think that says it all.
Yeah, and a lot of people did make that comment that, you know, a lot on the Lemonade post in particular, so many active players, so many friends of theirs and soccer players posted support for Ali. And I said it in one of the other videos saying that, you know, if they were friends with Ashlyn, there is a divide of I'm supporting Ali. Maybe they could be friends with both, but specifically putting these comments in the Lemonade era post for Ali, supporting Ali, I actually do think that is interesting that they are not being shy. I mean, there was a lot of them supporting Ali.
Yeah, I think that's interesting too.
Because they didn't have to say anything, but I love the support. And I mean, that kind of shows where like the allegiance is kind of going within their friends and with the soccer players. Because the reason we're talking about this now is because I saw something on TikTok that really just kind of made me sad. It riled me a little bit. If you remember, I think this might have been a BuzzFeed or if this was a BuzzFeed. So I probably won't be able to play it because I have copyright. But Ali and Ash were doing question answers like, what's your favorite color? You know, just crazy
Q&A.
things like that. Q&A.
An interview.
And one of the Q&As they did for this interview, one of the questions that was asked was, what's your biggest fear? And with this Q&A, they were answering questions for each other. So they were answering what they thought the other person thought or would say. So Ali answered for Ash first, and she goes, your biggest fear is probably snakes. And then Ash said, yeah, she hates snakes. So that was Ash's biggest fear. And then what is Ali's biggest fear? So then Ashlyn says, Ashlyn answered for Ali. Ali's biggest fear was Ashlyn leaving her. And I saw it on TikTok, and because I remember when it happened, I thought it was a little wild back then, but now even more so the fact that Ashlyn said that, and you know, it's like I know it's good to have a high opinion of yourself, but it's almost like, oh, me leaving Ali is going to be her worst fear. But the way Ashlyn said it was me leaving you. And I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And when I saw it recently, I'm just like, just like a very high opinion of yourself. I don't even know how to say it. That's not really what I mean, but that idea that me leaving you, it's almost like she felt she had like control in the relationship. I'm not sure. It was just very strange.
Yeah, well then Allie goes on to say, she's like, no, that's not really true. And then she goes on to say, I guess her biggest fear is dying alone.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, kind of the same.
Yeah, because if Ashlyn already, maybe for Ashlyn already think that is such a fear of Allie's, and then it comes to fruition, basically, it seems like. I just thought it was crazy. And if anyone saw that, this isn't against Ashlyn per se, but I'm extra rooting for Allie. You know, when you have 2 kids, sometimes shit hits the fan. You gotta figure it out sometimes, and sometimes you can't. But everything just happened so quick, it seemed like. But yeah.
I know. It's like nobody could even keep up with. I mean, it was just crazy.
I definitely think there's something going on with Ashlyn internally.
Yeah.
A lot of people said Ashlyn's jealous of Allie. I don't know if she is, but I could see how someone could be jealous. You know, I'm not a jealous person per se. See how you feel like a little bit like of jealousy. So there could be a lot of things going on. What does everyone think? Who's rooting for Gotham? And who is anyone a Gotham fan because of Allie at this point? Kind of like I kind of was neutral, but now I'm rooting for Gotham. Or is there anyone out there who thinks people are rooting too much for Gotham because of Allie?
Oh, no, not enough.
I know. What does everyone think? Who is your team? It's going to be tough for OL Reign to beat San Diego. It will be tough, and it will be tough for Gotham to beat Portland. But I think they can both do it. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, me too.
That will be the most iconic final ever. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.